We weren't informed of.
It's on Twitter.
They were made available to us for sale.
It's on Twitter.
How are we supposed to come over here and get it when we have like?
Over here now.
It's streaming.
It's streaming right now?
Yeah.
No. IP config /release. And then you have to rewrite that.
That's funny.
You should see us. We're at 18,232, 129.
About a 5 second delay.
5 second delay.
About that, yeah.
Right. So down.
Here, I'll time it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Send me that new email to
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
It's the same one.
It's not the same one. They painted it.
It's the same one. I just
Same one from this morning.
No, the same one at all. I just clicked on Teams and clicked on it.
The one from Teams. Hold on, David. This is
Is he on Teams? I'll text it to him.
I got it.
I'll send it to him. I do send it. Text it to him. I will send that to you. Should I send it to SST? Yeah.
for like stuff. But I thought it would last for a while.
I don't like the airplanes.
Hey, what's the password? Huh? Okay. Watching out for Ethan. Alright. Oh, isn't that just cute?
Well, these must be done for work. They must be.
This is what we watch. No.
Good morning, Lakota East. Please rise and remain for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Color guard, advance. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Color guard, post the colors.
For the ramparts we walk.
Color guard dismissed. Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning, Lakota East. My name is Weston Lindner, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Lakota East's second annual Veterans Day ceremony. Before we begin, I would like to thank our district administrators and board members for being present today to support this ceremony. But more than that, I would like to recognize and point out the true honor that we have by being joined by some amazing servicemen and servicewomen seated on the gym floor in front of you, our nation's veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, Veterans Day has quite a storied history. It has evolved over time since its inception in the early 20th century, but what has stayed constant is the inherent meaning and the sheer importance of this event. You see, our nation's 21 million veterans are people who have, now or in the past, offered their time, their safety, and sometimes their very lives to keep us and our freedoms safe and secure. We owe these men and women a debt. It's a debt that they will never ask us to repay, and to tell you the truth, it's a debt that we probably never can repay in full. But let me tell you something, veterans. Try we will, until we can try no longer. That is why we have gathered here today as one Lakota community, students, faculty, staff, family members, and veterans, so that you can see how much you mean to us. Many of us may not have been alive when many of you were serving our country, but that doesn't matter. Each and every person in this room recognizes that we would not and we could not be here without the sacrifices that you have made for our country. And it's not just your service in past years that we intend to recognize here today. To this day, you continue to inspire us. You represent the United States of America in the best way possible. You serve your community through organizations like the American Legion and the VFW. You tell us your stories, which we cherish so much. And you give us stellar examples of civic duty, sacrifice, and belief in our nation. I know from participating in the breakfast with all of you and talking with other participants what it truly meant to sit down with you, to dine with you, and to hear your stories. It meant so much to us. And so that is why we are here today, students and veterans. We are here to learn and to think. We are here to understand and to act upon that understanding. So students, as you and I listen to our peers speak, sing, and play music today, not only will we be extremely impressed by the sheer talent of your peers and the dedication that they have put forward to put on this program today, but I know that you will also be imbued with a strong feeling of what it is to be an American and a need to turn inward and reflect. So I hope you do that today as we navigate through this program. Let us come together as one school, indivisible, with care and gratitude for all of our veterans. Thank you very much. Sit back and have a wonderful Veterans Day ceremony.
Hello, I am Adam Johannes, and I would first like to say that I am extremely thankful to have this opportunity to share my appreciation to the veterans of the United States Armed Forces. The commitment to protecting our freedom requires great physical, mental, and moral strength, and it is truly humbling to have the ability to speak in front of all of you today. I am incredibly thankful for all that you have done for me, my family, my school, my community, and my country. Not only is your commitment and service to the nation humbling, but truly inspiring. What you have provided me is an example of the person I strive to be, a leader of character who puts forth the needs of others before the needs of himself. Doing this, however, is much easier said than done. Understanding that being selfless and courageous is an honorable path is easy, but actually carrying out these traits takes so much more. It takes unwavering devotion to the task at hand. It takes knowing that every breath you take could very well be the last. It takes a calm and collected mind in the face of great danger and consequence. It takes 24 hours of the day and then 24 hours of the next day. It takes full faith and trust in those around you. It takes never accepting that you are finished bettering yourself. It takes everything you have and then some. Veterans, during your service, everything was taken from you. Yet, you didn't settle down and turn the towel. You picked yourself up, and you continue to protect our freedom and serve our nation. This is why you all, as well as veterans across the nation, are wonderful examples of Americans who work together for a cause much larger than anything else. The aspects of what it means to be an American are what allow us to live in freedom. And without the service of all you honorable veterans, these freedoms would not exist. Called upon by our nation, you all left everything that was safe and secure for a new life of uncertainty and difficulty. The sacrifices that you all have taken are unmeasurable. And I hope this simple thank you, alongside the chorus of thank yous across America, is at least a small step into repaying you for your service. Thank you.
On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students at Lakota East High School, we would like to thank all veterans for the service to our country and protecting our freedoms. It is our honor today to recognize your commitment to our nation. When your branch of service is announced, please stand so we can share our gratitude. United States Army. United States Marine Corps. United States Navy. United States Air Force. United States Coast Guard. If we currently don't have any veterans with us that were part of a specific military branch, they have our full respect, gratitude, and support. Thank you for answering the call to duty. You have made our armed forces the most respected in the world. Now, I'd also like to ask the family members and the service members to stand. We know you have supported your family to serve a cause larger than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they loved fighting. They were called to be part of something bigger than themselves. They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which has given us so much. Thank you for your service to our country. We are honored to have you as guests of Lakota East High School today. Faculty, staff, and students, please join me in our appreciation for all veterans and their families.
There's a video we'll be playing in just a moment once we get our technology figured out.
October 24th, 2017, students from Lakota East took part in an honor flight. The Honor Flight Network is a nonprofit organization created solely to honor America's veterans for all their sacrifice. They transport our heroes to Washington, D.C. to visit and reflect at their memorials. I was fortunate enough to be one of the 200 students from East who got to go and welcome home the veterans who were finally getting the recognition that they had earned. It was truly a night I will never forget. Seeing our Vietnam veterans and our Korean veterans walk into a room full of people who were so grateful for their service and their sacrifice brought tears to many of their eyes and to mine. Watching them come down the line with students shaking hands and saying to us, "Thank you for being here," it was all I could do not to cry. For these men who weren't given the proper respect they so undoubtedly earned the first time they stepped off a plane. These veterans, upon joining the armed forces, wrote a blank check to the people of the United States, with the amount being up to and including their life. They knew their duty was of a higher calling, and they answered. So they accounted for the risks, they calculated their odds, and they chose to step up and step forward. They served not for frivolous reasons, but because they truly believed that the core ideals of the United States of America, liberty, equality, opportunity, are worth defending both at home and abroad. They understand that only 7.3% of Americans choose to put their life on the line to defend and protect our country. So these few brave men and women volunteered their lives in service to ensure the security and prosperity of their homeland and its citizens. For the students in this room, the United States has been in conflict, actively fighting for the entirety of our lives. However, even though the United States has been fighting our whole lives, we rarely experience, nor can we appreciate, the totality of the service and sacrifice offered up from our veterans and service members. It's easy to become desensitized to the reality of war. With war portrayed by the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, the sacrifice and service of our veterans gets overshadowed by video games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. But war is not a game. Our veterans missed holidays and birthdays of loved ones. They were unable to watch their children grow up or live in the comfort of their own home. They served through times of peace and times of war. Our veterans don't stop serving their country just because they are no longer on the front lines where bullets and mortars are flying. Through wounds visible and invisible, they serve their country every minute of every day for the rest of their life. The service and sacrifice of our veterans should not be taken lightly, but taken to heart. Every veteran was willing to lay down their life for you, for me, and for every citizen of the United States. And now it is our time to serve them. November 11th is not just a single day to show gratitude to our veterans. November 11th is a reminder to the citizens of the United States that we need to serve those who serve us. They have earned it. They have earned the right to our gratitude, to our respect, and to our service to them. One day is not, and will never be, enough time to truly give our veterans the recognition that they have earned. Their sacrifice and their service deserves to be recognized every minute of every day. So next time you see a veteran, don't just walk by, but stop and thank them for their service. My hope is that one day all of our veterans and active duty military members will be given the gratitude and respect they deserve from the minute they sign their check to the people of the United States. We should want to serve those who served us. They have defended a flag that stands for freedom, and no one can take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. Thank you, and God bless America.
Hello everyone, I'm Lindsay Schmidt. I'm Anna Davidson, and we are going to be singing American Anthem for you guys. It was originally composed by Gene Shear. All we've been given. All right, let's try that again. All we've been given by those who came before, the dream of a nation where freedom would endure, the work and prayers of centuries that's brought us to this day. What shall be our legacy? What will our children say? Let them say of me, I was one who believed in sharing the blessings I received. Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America, I gave my best to you. Each generation, from the plains to distant shores, with the gifts they were given, were determined to leave more. Battles fought together, acts of conscience fought alone. These are the seeds from which America was grown. Let them say of me, I was one who believed in sharing the blessings I received. Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America, I gave my best to you. For those who think they have nothing to share, who fear in their hearts there is no hero there. No, each quiet act of dignity is that which fortifies the soul of a nation that will never die. Let them say of me, I was one who believed in sharing the blessings I received. Let me know
Maybe? All right. Sorry about that little glitch. Ladies and gentlemen, as I come before you once again, our time draws near to a close. But while this ceremony may end, Lakota East's commitment to our veterans will not. We must understand that Veterans Day is not a once-a-year affair, our one chance to honor our nation's heroes. No. Instead, let us see it as a checkpoint, a time at which we ask, what have I done to help support our nation's veterans? And what will I do in the coming year to continue to give them the respect and the helping hand that they deserve? Because, ladies and gentlemen, a veteran's journey isn't complete when he or she comes home. The challenges he faced in the military are replaced by new challenges. Finding a job, staying healthy, sometimes living with physical injuries. 39,471 veterans are homeless on a given night. Between 11 and 20% of veterans of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom have had post-traumatic stress disorder at one point in their lifetime. These men and women have endured so much for our country, and they deserve to live the rest of their life comfortable and supported by the nation that they helped protect. And just to be clear, many veterans do. Many veterans live long, healthy, happy lives, but some do not. But whether a veteran comes back scathed or unscathed, whatever their current level of well-being is, there are steps that each and every person in this room can take to continue to give back for the next 365 days of the year. Indeed, students, we are extremely blessed to live in a nation and in a community here in Westchester and Liberty Township where veteran-serving organizations not only function, but thrive. So my challenge for you today, students, is get out, do something. Welcome an honor flight. The next one I can tell you is in the spring. I think it's March or April. Donate to the Wounded Warrior Project or the Vietnam Vets or whatever other cause you care about. Join the Sons of the American Legion or attend American Legion Buckeye Boys State, Girls State. Volunteer helping your local VFW post. Students, these are all big things that you and I can do to support our veterans. But there are also small things that we can do every single day of our life. I challenge you to engage with that man sitting alone at Skyline, my favorite restaurant, eating and wearing a Vietnam veteran hat. Thank him for his service and his sacrifice. Look out for the veterans in your family, giving them love, patience, and support. Smile. Say hello, be friendly. Sometimes the little gestures matter just as much as the big ones. The point is, I am making the commitment today to challenge myself to do something, and I hope that you will as well. Be active, take the message from today, and never let it leave the back of your head. Because in the words of Adam Johannes, that is what it takes. So that 1 year from now, on Veterans Day 2018, when you're perhaps in this room and you ask yourself, what have I done on this point of reflection, you will have a great answer. So that is my call to action for you, my fellow students. It is my call to action for myself as well. Finally, veterans, I would like to end by addressing you once again. There is no doubt in my mind that the students seated behind you and in front of you stand ready and willing to take on the challenge I just issued. Lakota East is a friend of veterans today, tomorrow, and every day going forward and in the past. We cannot fail in this endeavor because, as has been brought up so much before, you inspire us, you teach us, you push us to be the very best Americans we can be. How can we not give back? We're grateful in countless ways that I cannot hope to explain as eloquently as the speakers who came before us. But perhaps what I lack in eloquence, I can make up for it in simple genuineness. If that's even a word. I don't see my English teacher, so I think I'm okay. We have grown, we continue to grow from the experience of hosting you, from interacting with you, and for that, and so because of that and so much more, for the final time, I would like to issue a very brief and simple thank you for everything on behalf of the faculty, staff, students, and community members of Lakota East High School. Thank you for everything. And now, if you could please rise for the retirement of the colors.
Color guard, attention. Color guard, advance. Color guard, prepare to retreat to colors. Color guard, retreat to colors. Color guard, dismiss. Thank you. You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, that just about concludes our Veterans Day ceremony today. In recognition of the fact that not every student was able to participate in our Veterans Day breakfast, before you go back to class, if you would like, you are invited to come down to the floor and thank some of our veterans or engage in any conversations that you may wish to have. Don't feel that you need to get back to class immediately if you're here in the gym doing that. Don't go out and hang out in the hallway or something like that. But with that, that concludes our Veterans Day ceremony. Thank you so much to all of the participants. I know I teared up a couple times, so thank you very much.